Dear students, welcome to our science episodes. Today we are going to discuss attempts for classifications of elements. Well, the word attempts means to make an effort to classify something or to complete something successfully. Here is a question for you. What is the difference between atomic mass and atomic number of an element? Here we go. This is the element carbon. This number, 6, is the atomic number. C, capital C, is the atomic symbol. And the 12 is its atomic mass. Okay, so the difference between the atomic number and the atomic mass is that the atomic number is equal to the protons in the nucleus. Can you remember that the nucleus of the atom has protons and neutrons? The number of protons are the atomic number. So this means that carbon has 6 protons in the nucleus. Atomic mass is the average weight of the masses of all the elements' isotopes. So it's a weight, the average weight. And the number under the element represents the atomic mass. What do you know about sodium? The number 11 represents the atomic number. Yes, this means that sodium has 11 protons in the nucleus of the atom. This is the electronic configuration of sodium, 281. This is the distribution of electrons in the orbits. So this means that sodium has 2 electrons in the inner orbit, 8 electrons in the middle, and 1 in the outer orbit or the outer shell. If you will sum the electrons, you will find 11. 2 plus 8 plus 1 equal 11. So this means that the atomic number represents 11 protons inside the nucleus, which is equal to 11 electrons in the outer orbits. And of course, sodium is a metal. Similarly, we can analyze oxygen. Now 8 represents what? Yes, 8 represents the atomic number. This means that oxygen has 8 protons in the nucleus. Electronic configuration, or in another word, the distribution of electrons in the outer orbits, 2 in the inner orbit and 6 in the outer orbit, total 8 electrons. And of course, oxygen is a non-metal, it's a gas. Let's discuss neon. Now it's easy for you. 10 is the atomic number of neon. 10 protons in the nucleus and 10 electrons distributed as follows. 2 electrons in the inner shell and 8 in the outer shell. And neon is considered to be a noble gas. Here is another question for you. Why do scientists sort or classify elements according to their properties? Number 1, to facilitate their study and to find the relation between the discovered elements and their physical and chemical properties. So scientists classify or sort the discovered elements in order to make it easy for them to study. The most important attempts of elements classification are Mendeleev's periodic table, Moseley's periodic table, and the modern periodic table. It's obvious that Mendeleev's is the oldest and the modern periodic table is the recent one. Let's talk about Mendeleev's attempts of classifying elements. Dmitry Mendeleev was a Russian scientist who sorted elements in a table for the first time in 1871. What did he do? He prepared 67 cards, like these cards. Each card represented an element. He organized the elements by their atomic mass. Atomic mass, the one under the name of the element, not the atomic number, atomic mass, as well as the chemical properties, boiling point, melting point, density. He arranged elements with similar properties in vertical columns, and these columns are known as groups. While he arranged elements by increasing atomic mass in ascending order from the left to the right in rows, and these rows are known as periods. He classified the elements of each main group into two subgroups, A and B, due to the differences in properties. Here is Mendeleev's table, which was made in 1871. Groups and periods. What did he use to classify or to sort elements? Atomic mass. Don't forget. But what are the advantages of Mendeleev's periodic table? He corrected the atomic mass of some elements which were estimated wrongly. He left gaps. If you will see this table, he left gaps for unknown and undiscovered elements in the future. The disadvantages were: he had to make a disturbance in the ascending order of the atomic mass to put them in groups that suit their properties. This means that in order to put elements with same properties in the same group, he distorted the ascending order of the atomic mass. And this was a great disadvantage. He had to deal with the isotopes of one element as different elements due to differences in their atomic masses. In 1993, a scientist called Rutherford from New Zealand discovered that the nucleus of the atom contains the positively charged protons. And in the same year, the English scientist Moseley, after studying X-rays properties, he discovered that the periodicity of elements were related to their atomic numbers, not to their atomic masses, as Mendeleev believed. So, after Rutherford discovering the protons inside the nucleus, Moseley suggested or classified the elements according to their atomic numbers, not according to their atomic masses as Mendeleev did. So, what is the difference between Mendeleev's periodic table and Moseley's periodic table? Mendeleev's periodic table, atomic masses, and Moseley, atomic numbers. These were the modifications of Moseley's on Mendeleev's periodic table. He arranged the elements in an ascending order, but according to their atomic numbers, not atomic mass. He added the zero group, which includes the noble gases, to the table. He specified a place, you will find later, a place below the table for lanthanides and actinides elements. Let's do some questions together. Who first organized elements in a periodic table? Who was the scientist with the first attempt to organize a periodic table? Of course, it's Mendeleev. It's Dmitry Mendeleev, a Russian scientist. Who first discovered positively charged protons in the nucleus of the atom? Yes, he is Rutherford. Who added the 0 group to Mendeleev's table? It's Moseley. Now give reason. Why did Moseley rearrange elements according to their atomic numbers instead of atomic masses? Because after studying the X-ray properties, he discovered the periodicity of elements, that the arrangement of elements are better related to their atomic numbers. And when he used the atomic numbers, it was so easy for him to arrange the elements in an ascending order. And why did Mendeleev leave empty cells in his periodic table? We said for undiscovered new elements. Dear students, thank you for watching. See you later in other science episodes.